Good morning, everyone.
Hi,
Margaret and Michelle
everyone.
here. Hi. Michelle, I'm
Hi,
so happy
Margaret.
that we're here together.
So happy. I'm so excited. I just want to start talking with you.
I know. Well, that's the awesome thing about Facebook Live. And as you know, like part of what I do is helping people to get comfortable getting on Facebook Live. Um, and I just always want people to remember it's a conversation. And it's you and I. We're gonna have a great conversation thanks to you. But yeah, so anyway, I'm Margaret Brown, and I am the CEO and founder of socializela.com. And I am your host of this beautiful morning show, Money and Marketing. And Michelle and I have, if you don't mind, I'll just tell them why we're doing this.
Of course. Go for it, please.
I want to say that Michelle and I have talked about doing something together since like an advocacy day, a NABO advocacy day, maybe 3 years ago, getting coffee at the coffee booth. And we're like, yeah, one day let's do that. And, we see each other, we love each other, we talk all the time, we do some work together, and yet we never did this. And so in these past few months, we've been able to do it. And so I'm really excited. This is actually our first official Money and Marketing, right?
This is
You
our
want
first
to tell people who you are?
Sure, of course. So I'm Michele Schina. I am the CEO and founder of TMS2 LLC. And we are an accounting CPA firm here based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes. Awesome. And she is really an amazing, the way I've seen TMS work is more than a CPA firm, because I've worked with CPA firms. And the business insight that she gives and her team gives is like, it's just like the icing on the cake to the financial piece of everything that you do. So I think it always goes without saying that we mention that. So
thanks, Margaret. We're very committed to our clients and our friends building their financial wealth, and it is at the core of everything we do. So thank you for saying that.
Yes. And she has an amazing office. I also have to say, I've had opportunities to visit, and it's just so amazing. They have an indoor courtyard, and I love, 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 love it. It's so beautiful. So today we are going to talk about where we're going, where you're going, where we're going as business owners, not necessarily where we are. Because if we get stuck on where we are right now, there's a lot of unknowns. So we want to jump forward and talk about where we are or where we're going. And Michelle sent me that idea, and I was like, wow, that is so amazing. Michelle, how did you come up with that? What were you thinking? I'm sure you were looking at it from a financial point of view.
Of course, right? So, yeah. So as you know, because you're very intimate with what we've done lately.
Yep.
We recently created our online financial excellence course, and for years, we've been teaching. I shouldn't say teaching. Coaching is a better word. Entrepreneurs and individuals in the conversation about financial excellence. And that conversation has 6 keys to mastery. And the first key to mastering the conversation of financial excellence is just that, to focus on where you are going, not where you are. And
that's where I've heard that before.
Right. You can get it, right? Like, you get it, right? Like we get so busy. We get so busy and so bogged down as business owners in particular, but even more so as individuals in our everyday life. We were busy before COVID, right? Who can relate to that? Yeah. You were definitely busy before COVID, whether you had your own business or whether you were a mom, dad, sister, brother, daughter, son.
I'm not a mom, and I am constantly busy with family.
Busy, because that's how we are in this world, right? Taking care of our children or our grandchildren. And then you add COVID in, and a 5-month shutdown when many of us thought that we'd be shut down for 2 weeks. So what better time than now to represent our listeners, to represent you and me on focusing on where we're going, not where we are. we can't change the circumstances, Margaret, but we certainly can change our focus and our plan based on, and knowing that the circumstances exist. So that's how I created, that's how I thought we should talk about that today. And TMS's theme for this month, thanks to you who helped really support us in our marketing endeavors to really think in terms of themes on a monthly basis. So just for our listeners, Margaret's absolutely amazing in that. In her work, she is awesome, which is why I love her and we love doing this work together. One of the reasons I love her. But you've been instrumental in pushing us to create themes on a monthly basis. And so we chose creating a new for the month of August, hopefully to get us really thinking and planning for the new year right now.
Yeah, I love that. And Michele, I want to point something out. I took Michelle's financial course and she talks about this, but when I took it, it was pre-COVID. So thinking about where I'm going, that statement didn't have the impact it did on me when I read it in her email when she suggested it for our show today. I was like, oh my gosh, because I do get comments like, oh, once in a while people will message me and say, oh, you stay so positive when things are like, trust me, I have moments where I'm like, what is going on here? I'm tired of this, tired of not seeing my family. Like I have all those moments, but then I have to reel myself in and say, stick to the mission, stick to the mission. And so I'm not focused on where I am right this moment. I'm like, everything I'm doing is to prepare for where I'm going. Right, Michele?
Yeah, absolutely. I was having a conversation with a client today, and this morning we were having a call. We have a great opportunity ahead of us, and I say us because I'm an integral part of the management team for the company. Love them, love this client. We love all of our clients.
Yeah, you love your clients. I've never met, and I mean, I love my clients, but I've never seen someone care for their clients the way that you do. So that's like next level stuff. So anyway,
we really care about our clients. And oh, Margaret, I just had a little chat saying someone can't get into our Facebook Live. I don't know why.
It's live.
But
I'm going to put myself on mute and see if I can read anything, but keep talking, please.
Okay, great. So we were having a conversation today about, our next opportunity. And with respect to focusing on where you're going, I encouraged my client to really think about, when you focus on where you're going, it's not just thinking about your numbers or your financial goals. I like to take a step back and say to my clients and to those that are watching this today, like, what do you want for your life? Like, what is your future about? For me, I want to spend a ton of time with my grandchildren, a ton of time. And yes, I have one, and I'm super thrilled. He's absolutely amazing, and he's on the West Coast. I want to spend a ton of time with him. And that's my future, or one piece of my future. The other piece of my future is spending it in places that I love, vacationing with my family, my nieces and my nephews. And so that's what I want for my future. And the secondary element of focus then becomes what I need to focus on financially to be able to do that with ease. And if you have in the back of your mind, well, actually, that'll be a next step. But if you have for yourself an understanding of what your overall focus is personally, then you build your financial goals to help you fulfill that.
Amazing. I love that. Love that. And I don't know if I should say this right now, but I think that I might. So you're very much into self-care and people taking care of themselves. You're very methodical. One thing I love about being around Michele is that she's very calming to me. And if I'm racing, I feel like Michele is still racing in that she's getting the job done efficiently, effectively. But we're different. Our personalities are different. But her calming is like self-care. And so I do get to support you, Michele, and your team and your marketing. And I was just thinking about your way of doing the financial plan and the planning and looking at your finance is a form of self-care, right?
It is. I'm glad that you said that because, we refer to it as financial well-being, right?
Yes.
We make ourselves look beautiful. We wear amazing makeup for, our women friends that are watching, we dress nicely, we just take care of ourselves in many ways. We exercise to help our mental capacity, open up and really support our stress. But, there is a various set of exercises that we've put together for your financial well-being. And that is really self-care. And if you align it like that, and you think it's a great way to provide value to yourself.
Because what keeps us up at night? I mean, people say, I don't want to get too much into the weeds because we will have so many opportunities to talk about this, but financial stress impacts your health, impacts your relationships, impacts the way you think, impacts as a business owner, the way you take risks. We were impacted in our business with a couple of our clients who did need to pause services because they were greatly impacted by the shutdown, all of that. And I could have retreated a bit and said, okay, everyone, let's take it easy. But instead I am fully invested in my company, right? And so I just double down. I hired someone who just focuses on Instagram. I purchased some booths at upcoming online events. I bought ourselves some new swag.
I love those, by the way.
I will send you one. So because I needed to make decisions that were going to help me move my company forward. And so, and I do credit you and the things that I've learned from you because I wasn't, I had some reserves. I had a plan. I wasn't totally impacted by a loss of income. I could survive. We were good. So I'm really grateful for that.
Sure, of course. And it makes complete sense, right? And I want to point out something that you had some plan in place already that sort of helped you to navigate through, in some respects, COVID. But
can you see your screen?
Can I see my screen?
Yeah. Can you see what I just highlighted?
Yes. Yes.
I just wanted to put that on the screen because that was very truthful and amazing. So
thanks, Sandy. Sandy's totally amazing. As a friend and a NAWBO, a NAWBO member with us, and somebody that does business with us as well.
Yep.
And so, okay, what was I saying? Oh, I want to get back to this thought because you brought up a great thought. So you had some reserves and you were prepared in some way. But for many, including yourself, I'm sure, many of us, this was like this most expected unknown that we've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And when an unknown, and what we find is that with financial planning, right, this realm of financial planning, budgeting, forecasting, knowing your numbers, that's what we talk about. Oftentimes we see businesses and individuals start working on that financial planning when a disaster occurs or some, horrible event in their life occurs, like a death or divorce, and but really planning and thinking things through is sort of an afterthought for many. Not all, but many. There are a lot of planners out there, and we love you for that. Sandy Clitter is one of them. Yep. But what we're trying to say is use this drastic event that we've had, or series of events, and use it to change your mindset about financial planning and budgeting. Use it no matter how small your business is, or how big your business is, or what kind of wealth you have as an individual. Use it to start acquiring your financial knowledge today. Use it as a catalyst.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would say the same. This is money in marketing, so I will give you just the side of marketing too, that I ditto you, just put marketing in there. You don't want to retreat with everything that was going on. Our biggest message that myself and the team, Farron, we do coffee talks. It looks a lot like this. And in our coffee talks, we talked about do not retreat. Yes, there's a way to approach the situation, to be sensitive about what's happening in the world in all areas. But at the same time, if you're planning on being in business in 2021 and beyond, you need to continue to do something.
You cannot retreat.
No.
I mean, you and I don't mean to interrupt you, Margaret, but I'm working with you so much. And I feel like I, neglected something very important when we started talking about this. And that is, when your marketing budget is a really important budget, right? An element of your budget.
Yeah.
And you and I have talked endlessly about this, for TMS, for some clients we've worked on together. We talk about theory all the time when it comes to money and marketing, because both of these concepts are so important to us. We at TMS understand how important marketing is. We did not cut our marketing budget during this time. As a business person, Margaret is an amazing business person in her area of expertise. And she's also very supportive of her clients. And, that's what you want right now to really help with your marketing at this time. And, as we've said, you start out small. You've coached us to start out small in some respects with our marketing budget. And that's what you and I talk about, right? Like, instead of trying to
take on the whole ship,
take over the whole ship or the entire forest at one time. Right. Let's just, focus on one marketing channel. Yes. And you've helped us really understand and focus on that with respect to our social media.
Yes. Thank you for saying that. Because, in business, we're all asked, well, what makes you different than A, B, or C? And I really, truly believe that is one way, is that I want to be very realistic with clients, because otherwise, and same with you, Michele, if you come and you're sitting with me and I'm doing a one-on-one with you to get my finances in order, and you say, you need to do this, it's like, okay, well, I'll see you in 10 years when I'm ready to do that. Instead, it's like, okay, let's work on this. And then, coming up with a plan. And everybody's first step is not the same either. So that's why it does take a little bit of a sense, So anyway.
That's a really important comment that you made. Everyone's first step is not the same. So, I look back on the various conversations I've had this week. I've had some great conversations with some of my Philadelphia women business owners. If you're, listening to this today, you know who you are. I adore you. One of them has recently started their own business in the marketing space, and another one is in transition of what's next for her. And, they have some specific, finance questions.
Yep.
But what I noticed is, and what I learned for myself, and I hope they're listening, because what I learned for myself was I didn't take a step back with them and say, what are you focusing on? What would be your one thing in finance that you want to focus on that's very important for you right now?
Yeah.
Pick it and just focus on it. And then we could have had a conversation of, how best to go about that. But, that's in this conversation today of like what it takes to focus. Like if you just pick that one thing, like you were saying, it's different for everyone. But if you pick it, you just focus on it, and then you get to the next thing. It's like baby steps. And I would think that as well, not I would think, I know that in marketing as well, it's like it's baby steps for some.
Right. Absolutely. Again, everyone's different. And Sandy, who again is a genius, and maybe she wants to be on with us on one of these calls.
I think we should have her on in a few
I
weeks.
would love that.
Mm-hmm.
She's right. She says that everyone digests information in different ways, both in marketing and financial. So it's another thing that we need to be on the lookout for, is like knowing our client, understanding where their strengths are, and so I love that. Love it, love it, love it. But I just want to say one more thing on where you are and where you're going. Oh, and by the way, the NABO member who's starting their marketing company, if they want to ask me any questions, please make the introduction.
I will. She's absolutely amazing. We've known each other for years.
Awesome.
In various capacities.
Awesome. I actually just was introduced to a woman in New York City who is starting her own digital company. And really, if you're going to look at it on the surface, like, well, aren't you two competitors? You can think of it that way, but we think of ourselves as collaborators. She's a NABO member. She's part of the NABO Nation. And there is so much business for everyone. And so I was super excited to just help her in any way that I can. And actually, we'll be doing a Facebook Live probably next week. So you'll be meeting her.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah. But that's
really great
that we have.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And NABO, right?
Yeah. You really hit the nail on the head. And I will introduce you both under separately on email. Yeah. And, you said there's a lot of business to go around. It might not feel like that to our viewers that are watching and being with us today.
Yeah.
But there is opportunity out there, and there will be a lot of opportunity. And I think of our smaller businesses in marketing, in accounting, within the coaching world, some of our product-based businesses we know through NABO. We will get back to more business. And I think for marketing in particular, you have some great opportunity ahead of you, whoever you are, and you, Margaret, and whoever you are out there, because companies are going to think of new and different ways to uniquely work.
Yeah.
And they're going to rely on the expertise that we as smaller businesses have. Right. That's my goal for 2021, that we're going to see some of that shift.
That's awesome. Yes. And I just wanted to say one more thing about where we are and where we're going.
Sure. I hope I didn't make it divert. Go ahead.
No, I did, because I brought up Vanessa. So where we are, so we're all somewhere in our marketing. And I'm very transparent. I have a podcast that did super well when I first launched it. And then I kind of got a little bit sidetracked. And then I thought, I want to change up the way the podcast sounds. And because I didn't know what I didn't know about podcasting at first. But it launched beautifully. I mean, I went through the whole grueling launch process, but it was well worth it. And we made the iTunes new and new and noteworthy, which was so amazing. But I need to get that back up because I get text messages about, hey, when's your podcast coming back? But I got so used to doing these Facebook Lives, and they're just so much more comfortable for me. It's actually less production for me to get on video than it is for me to do my podcast. But that's what I'm saying, is that everyone is at different levels, and we all have our thing that we struggle with, and we just have to get there. We just have to get over it. And you have support. And so that takes us into just our final comments. Michele and I are part of an organization, if you haven't heard us talking about it 1,000 times already in this conversation, the National Association of Women Business Owners, NABO. And NABO is a national organization with several chapters across the country. Michele is a member of NABO Philadelphia, and I am a member of NABO Los Angeles. And tell us a little bit about Philly. Is there things happening? I mean, you know the world we're living in, so it's...
Yeah, we're doing great. We're in we have some mentorship programs here in Philadelphia, and we're really working on supporting our women entrepreneurs and our young entrepreneurs with those mentorship programs. One is the Young Entrepreneurs Academy of Philadelphia, and the other is we have some COVID response teams, as well as helping smaller business owners through a program where they receive some mentorship. But in addition to that, Philly's getting really excited to work on some great opportunities with our other chapters around our area. So stay tuned. It's coming out soon, hopefully for October. I think we're planning to have a virtual event to really, really talk about the future. So we're really...
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is it going to include New York?
Could be.
Okay.
You might have.
Awesome.
That's the teaser.
Yes. Let's okay, so we have the wonderful thing too is that both our chapters and all of our chapters across the country really look for their websites. You can go to nabo.org and find all the chapters, and you can join in events in any state now, which is really great. So if you want to get to know people in a different city, or you want to do business in a certain city, start networking with those chapters. A lot of the online events are very reasonable in cost, and it's worth it. It's, again, make that investment. And then here we are. We're in the middle to end of summer, and this means around this time of year, NABO has an annual conference. And of course, this annual conference is all virtual. We were going to be in Austin, which I was so looking forward to.
So
right?
sad in Austin.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a bummer. However, I've said this a couple times, like, I am so fully 100 now committed to the virtual event. I'm excited for it because now I thought, wow, now so many more people have access, because the cost of the event is, I believe it's like almost in half of what a normal event ticket would be. And then there's no travel. So many people now will be able to attend the annual Women's Business Conference. Michele, when was your first conference? What state or city?
What state or city? I believe my first conference, I want to say, was in Florida.
Was it Miami?
Yes.
That was mine.
I think so, yes.
Oh my gosh.
How far we've come since that conference in Miami.
Wow. As an organization too.
Right. Under the leadership of Jen Earl, the CEO of NABO National, we've really taken our programming at our Women's Business Conference to the next level.
We've asked this before, haven't we, Sandy?
Yeah.
And okay, hers was DC, so she's been going even before us.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you also go to all of them since DC, Sandy?
Yes, she has.
Oh, wow.
I drug her along, or she's taken me along. We've been together.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
I
That's
mean,
awesome.
so many great experiences occur when you're together, and we're going to miss that. So we're going to, hopefully going to figure out what, virtual hugs are like with the women, and, our male entrepreneurs that attend with us at WBC.
Yep.
And, we also have our Next Gen track, which is going to be, this is our second year for the Next Gen track, the Women's Business Conference. That will be at a slightly different dates. Sandy, maybe you could it's a really easy website, nabo.org. You can go onto the website and get the event information. But there's some great programming at our conference, and we really look forward to, having others attend. Great way to meet people. We'll have a virtual, why do I always forget the word? Not trade show. We're going to have a virtual exhibit hall. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a mental block about our exhibit hall every year.
I just put the nabo.org banner up.
That's terrific.
And just a little plug, I'm actually going to have an exhibit booth there, and we'll be giving away some awesome items to all the attendees.
Oh, that's great. I can't wait. I'm excited to really see what a virtual exhibit booth looks like. How about you?
It looks pretty cool. I mean, there's, I paid like a month ago, and so they've already given me access to start populating my booth, and I can add a video, I can add a download, I can add links. I will have my team managing the booth because I will be doing WBC things. And then there's a gamification layer inside of the virtual world. So people will be incentivized to do different things at all the exhibitors' booths. So that's great for exhibitors, and it's great for the people because they're going to go and meet new people and all of that. So
right. So I can really hear the opportunity for connection at the Women's Business Conference this year, and particularly if you are an exhibitor in the exhibit hall. Yeah. And for our NALBO members, the price to be in the exhibit hall is very reasonable. And as Margaret said, if you can add an element of your budget to participate with other like-minded women business owners and really get some great knowledge and share together, it's an inspiration to participate. It's an inspiration when we're together. We're sad we're not going to be physically together, but I guarantee you will be inspired participating.
Yes. And that logic was proven to me in June when we did the NABO 45th birthday. We had so much camaraderie. We were connecting with people, meeting new people, opportunities were flying, and that was like very minimal planning. And I can say that because I was part of the planning team.
An instrumental part of the planning team.
Thank you. But, at the same time, this event has a lot of hands on it and a lot of minds and hearts on it. And so there's going to be an awesome swag bag. So your registration will also get you the swag bag. And so I know I'm going to be sending, did I bring it? Everyone will be receiving, I purchased 700 of these guys. So another investment, Michelle.
I'm adding them up in my head.
I know.
Which is not what you want to do with your financial planning.
Right? You don't want to keep it in your head. Don't worry, I have it on paper. So this is my sticker. I have it on everything. Be wildly excited about the possibilities. So this will be in the swag bag for every single person. Well, and it's just a great reminder that we be excited about the possibilities, right? I mean, if we don't have that, what do we have?
I'm gonna show mine that Margaret helped me with, right? So a little while ago.
Yep. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. Yep.
Right. So maybe I'm going to put them into the swag bags this year. I'm going to find out how to do that. I think people that are watching today, hopefully they hear, Margaret, that you and I the glass is half full for us. And why not? Why not in this day and age? We could either live as an individual as the glass half empty or as the glass half full. And, you know, why not live with as the glass half full? And so our listeners and our viewers today can say, you love possibility, I love opportunity, you love opportunity, and I love possibility. And you know, either together as two business owners working with clients or individually, that's what we're committed to, really helping our friends and our NAWBO family and our clients really, you know, live with the glass half full right now. And
Absolutely.
and I think that over the course of the next month or two, correct me if I'm wrong, we're going to bring conversations to Facebook Live to really help our viewers really live that way if that's what they want to do.
See, I told you.
Are you ready to do that with me?
Yes, I so am. And I think we can be so confident in where we're going and what we're doing because of this incredible support that we have.
That's right.
And that is, again, that is NAWBO. You might say, are you like invested in NAWBO? Like, are you getting a cut of these WBC sales? The answer to that is no. The answer to this is actually we give of our time in a way that, you know, is pretty sacrificial. But it's because we are committed to the mission. It's not just about us. It's about the people that we serve. It's, you know, seeing a business owner over there scratching their head, like, how am I going to do this? What am I doing? It's like, you don't have to do this alone. Just come here, get involved, and organically you start meeting the people that start lifting you up. And I mean, Michele, sometimes I think about business. I don't always have, you know, I will say there's a 10% chance, 5 to 10% chance that I'm having a day where I'm not glasses half full. It's very minimal, very, very, very minimal. And sometimes to me, when I think about business, I think about those old like World War I, World War II movies where people are like, they're on the ground crawling, the army crawl. That's how I feel sometimes about business. So I'm going to be super transparent because to make you right.
Of course. I think every business owner can say that.
But for, you know, 90% of the time I am just like, okay, this, you know, that's a hit. Let's do it. Let's move on to the next thing. And I do say partially I can have that confidence because I know where I've come from. I know the people that support me, and I know the foundation that I've laid. So
beautiful, right? That's really beautiful. And that's really what keeps, you know, some of the elements that keep us moving forward.
Yes. So I think that's it. Do you have anything that you want to add?
I did have, you know, something popped up as you were talking, but then I was so interested in listening to you. The thought just went out the window. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. So you and I have said we're going to meet here over the next few months together, you know, either every week or every 2 weeks. We're going to see how things work out, you know, and we're going to get that communication out. But, you know, this is just a start, right, of creating a new together, you and me, and providing some valuable information to our listeners. And I, you know, just, you know, come back and join us, you know, whoever's with us today and whoever is listening, you know, after the fact, because together, Margaret and I, we feel confident that you will gain some valuable information by being with us, whether it's about marketing, whether it's about finance, or the combination of the two. So I'm looking forward to it.
Just some fun, you know.
Oh, fun, right? I always forget. You have to remind me to have some fun.
No, we always have fun. Like, if you're going to do business with us or you're going to come to a NAWBO event with us, you need to know there's going to be a healthy dose of fun.
Yes.
Always.
And don't we need that right now? Fun?
Yeah. Yes, we do need fun. I was going to say that if you have any questions about money and marketing, again, you can send them to us individually, message us, or you can put them here in the comments. And we will definitely be coming up with topics that we can talk about as often as we're going to do our money and marketing. And then I also wanted to let you know, Michele and I both work with our clients one-on-one. We do the work for our clients. She has outsourced CFO services. I have outsourced CMO services. But if you're not there in your business, I want you to know that Michele and I both have online courses and programs if you want to get your feet wet. So if you have any questions about that, I didn't put the links here, but please reach out to us and we can get you that information, because we too have, like we said before, everybody has a different starting point. And so in our businesses, we've created a really nice point of entry to at least start thinking about these big concepts. So
that's great. Thanks for saying that, Margaret.
Yeah, no problem. And so I guess that concludes our show. And I just wanted to say that we will be back, because the one thing very constant about business is money and marketing. So, all right.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Have a nice day.